It was, end to end. And on top of that, I really like the way that Palmer just celebrated, with that cold celebration, very cold celebration under the cold rain. Yeah, so it was a good finale to an exciting match. That's what I would say, and I dare say it. We did deserve the draw.
4-4-2 Dudes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of 442 Dudes. And of course, I think it's very appropriate to say Annyeong Haseyo. Only because, our Singapore football team is all the way in Korea and they are going to be playing.
That's right.
So all the best, guys. I think a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a big loss, but I'm on the other side. I'm going to think you can do it.
Yes.
Draw.
Come on, guys. Come on, Singapore.
If you can draw against Japan back then you can draw against, South Korea now. Why you laugh? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, our next segment, and as always, it's called 90 Minutes Off. We'll see you for that one. Basket. Why you laugh? Hello and welcome to 90 Minutes Of. It is one of the few 90 minutes that I'm very excited to start off with because of the recent match. And as Peter Jury sort of summarized it very well, I kind of like it. He said, City's boy is now Chelsea's man. And that was the recent 4-4, Chelsea versus Man City, with Cole Palmer scoring that final goal of the game. I liked it, John. I'm not sure about you, but I think it's really one of the top games for me. Again, putting aside my whole biasness for Chelsea, I think it was a fantastic game. It was, end to end. And on top of that, I really like the way that Palmer just celebrated, with that cold celebration, very cold celebration under the cold rain. Yeah, so it was a good finale to an exciting match. That's what I would say, and I dare say it. We did deserve the draw. In fact, if anything, I thought we could have won it. But it is what it is. It is Man City. Yeah, but well done to the Chelsea boys. I just want to say that. And I think, speaking of end to end, I was listening to, I think it was Daniel Sturridge. He was saying it was as if it was like a basketball match, like end to end sort of action going on. And I agree with it. You just look at the tactics being played by them. I think both managers tried to outsmart each other here and there. But I think it boiled down to the players and a little bit of controversy, if you ask me. But otherwise, good match, 4-4. And well done, Chelsea. And especially, I must say, I have to give credit to Thiago Silva. I mean, season after season, match after match, this old fella who is turning 40 very soon just scored our goal. And he became, I believe, probably fourth oldest in the EPL, but the oldest for Chelsea.
Yep.
So I think, fantastic player. I hope he plays for us for another season or two. And I don't know about you, but I think defenders these days, when they hit 40, they seem to be quite good. I don't know, just me. Silva, Dante is also another one. I don't know which league he's now, but I think he's quite good. Pepe is another, scored a goal. So yeah, exactly. So I think, Maguire, when you reach 40, you might be quite good as them. But going back to it, I think it was a good match. I think both City and Chelsea put up a really good fight. But I'm going to say it, I thought Chelsea deserved the win. But at least we deserved the draw. So what do you think?
Oh, I think this is probably the best game of the campaign so far.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the game as well. And to be very frank, back here, right here in Singapore, when the game was played, it was past many of our big times, right?
It was.
So, but I still stayed up to watch it because I thought that the game might be interesting because Chelsea's kind of like coming to form and obviously City is always on my mind as a Liverpool fan. So I decided to watch it and wow, what a game! And I'm not too sure about the basketball kind of a theory, but I would say yes, definitely exciting. Definitely a game for the neutrals. Definitely a game for the neutrals, which I was. So I really enjoyed it. And speaking of Cole Palmer, if I was reading a article, after the game and all. So the reason why he joined Chelsea was because he requested to leave Man City.
Yeah.
And then Pep obviously wanted to keep him and all, but he just said, no, I want to leave. Then Pep said, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I'm so glad that he is making his name right now at Chelsea because I really think that he has the potential to go really, really far.
Yeah.
With the attitude. No, again, we're going back to the attitude thing about being a top player and all.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, kudos to Chelsea and all because no one expected this scoreline. Definitely no one.
No one.
Especially since, when we were talking about the past head-to-heads and all, the last 4 games between Chelsea and City ended in a 1-0 win to City. So nobody expected a 4-all draw. Kudos to Chelsea. In fact,
scoring game.
I think this is their second game in a row. They scored 4 goals. They beat Spurs, right? 4-1.
We did.
Yeah, so
but some people don't count that basket, by the way.
Well, congratulations to Chelsea and the 4-4 for what?
I agree.
Wow, you are so excited.
I am excited because I think it's high time that we're showing people what the Chelsea team is all about. Against Liverpool, we did quite well. Against Arsenal, we could have won. And now against Man City. And Man United also, but yeah. But it was just a hereafter for me. But now, I want to talk about another comeback. I think, I support Chelsea.
Another comeback.
But there was another comeback. Yeah. To me, it's another. Yeah, to me, it was a comeback. We were down many times.
Fair enough.
So the other comeback that I didn't expect, I really did not expect. I thought it was going to be a win for them, just as usual. But no, they conceded 2 goals in the 90th minute. And that is Wolves up against Spurs, with Wolves going 2-1 in favour towards Wolves. So, I mean, what a game, because you thought, okay, they'll score 1 goal, it's going to be a tie. But no, they pressed on. And from there, it became 2-1. And holy cow, who would have thought? I mean, that's losses back to back, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, who
honeymoon's over, Spurs.
Okay, I mean,
the honeymoon's definitely over for Spurs. If you look at their upcoming fixtures, they are going to play. They're going to play Spurs. They're going to play Villa. They're going to play City. They are playing City at the Etihad Stadium. They're playing West Ham and Newcastle in their next 4 games.
Right.
And to round off the year in 2023, they will be playing a total of 8 games.
Wow.
And there's already mid-November, and they have 8 games to go before the year closes. And don't forget, they are missing 2 key players in Maddison and Van der Ven.
Oh.
They are missing these 2 key players who have been especially important for them in this run-up, and it's going to be very interesting. So I think now is really the true test of Ange's capabilities, and the mental capacity and the mindset of the players, whether or not Son can actually inspire them to do something. I hope they do well, especially against City, because Spurs are known to beat City.
Yeah. Oddly enough, they are.
Yeah, it's almost like their boogie team, some sorts. So yeah. Again, well done to Wolves. No one expected that.
Yeah,
and if I'm not wrong, they are the first team to end the game as winners despite trailing in the 87th minute.
Wow. Okay.
If I'm not wrong, yeah. It's interesting.
And now you know.
Yeah, and speaking of comebacks and wins and everything, I mean, this weekends of matches were. I think it's wow. There's so many goals scored, isn't it?
Yeah, there are a lot of goals.
If I'm not wrong, there were a total of 38 goals scored.
Oh, that many?
There's 38 goals scored.
Okay.
If you look at you can see on the screen right now. You can just count the number of goals.
Wow.
But that's not the highest scoring weekend. Actually,
so what's the?
The highest scoring weekend, I believe, it's 44 goals. I think.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly when, but I remember the number 44.
44.
So that was, I think, in match week 2 of some other season and all. But I just want to focus on 2 games.
Okay.
One is Bournemouth and Everton.
Okay.
Right. So let's start with Bournemouth first.
Yeah.
So Bournemouth played Newcastle.
Yes.
So as we all know, Newcastle is now managed by Eddie Howe, who is actually a Bournemouth legend.
Yep,
He is a legend. He's the one that brought him out
Yes,
to the Premier League. And he was also a former player of Bournemouth. So the fact that Bournemouth are now, considered at least in the Premier League standard is really down to Eddie Howe. So you would expect Eddie Howe to know much about Bournemouth, how they play. Most of the players actually play under him as well. But no, they actually came out and they lost.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't think they expected that. And just going back to it, that's the thing. Sometimes we think the managers might know the former clubs and all. But you know what? When a new manager comes in, they're definitely going to change everything. You know what I mean? So you think you know it all, but actually you don't. So,
So in the case of Pochettino, he knew it all.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm trying to say there. Exactly. Pochettino knew it all.
You had to go there.
Yeah,
right?
I just had to go there.
And I was wondering brought you back.
I had to sneak it in there. But really, I think Newcastle, they're not showing their form again. I mean, if I'm what they call themselves, Toonie, is it? Toons, Toonie, my head.
What's that? What the hell is Toonie?
I don't know why. Sometimes I say Toonie. Yeah, but if I was a Toon, I'll get a bit frustrated as well. Yep. But I don't think I'll be very down by the results. Because I think we're doing fine so far.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we talk about the run of Newcastle these days. I just want to bring up a point which I made at the very first episode of this new season.
Yeah.
Where, there was the episode where we're discussing who will be the winners, who will probably go into the Champions League places and all. And I specifically mentioned that I don't think Newcastle will be up for it this season because of their exploits in the Champions League. Because I think their team is not ready. The players are not experienced enough to be able to handle both competitions. Having a midweek game and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they are ready. And true enough, if you look at the results that they had after a Champions League game. So I'm just going to run through the stats over here. They have played a total of 4 games after a Champions League game that is, and for some reason, they are always drawn away. So they're always playing away from home after a Champions League game. They've only won once, which was an 8-0 win against Sheffield United. They have drawn twice, both 2-2 draws against West Ham and Wolves. And obviously, they just lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. So I think it kind of backs my point that they will not do well this season because of this Champions League distraction.
So it feels very distracting for them. The whole traveling, the whole fatigue might
definitely. I mean, if you really think about it, you're traveling to places. Granted, they're still in Europe, right?
Yeah.
You're traveling to France, you're traveling to Germany and all. Yeah. But in all honesty, even though it's near, but the mindset, the concentration that you need to have. And don't forget, you're playing teams of a different caliber. You're playing teams of a much higher caliber who have been there, done that, who are used to the kind of schedule, the kind of preparation over many, many years. And you are now back into it. And in fact, the whole squad, even the manager, Eddie Howe himself, is also new to him. So I think this is one of the crucial points where it's going to hurt Newcastle this season. And I think over the last 4 matches they have played after the Champions League match, kind of proves my point.
And so, I mean, we do see that Newcastle is a little bit off track for now, but I do think, though, in my opinion, they'll still come back somehow.
Once they get knocked out of the Champions League, yes, that's where they'll come back, of course.
Somehow, yes. Like Eddie Howe. But anyway, so coming back to it, we want to also focus now on another team.
Yep. United.
Yeah, another United actually. That people have been sort of dissing. A lot of scandals and controversies and opinions here and
birthday
there. Birthday parties and here. But if you look at it in a real proper way, they're actually doing not so bad.
How so?
Well, I mean, if you look at it on the table, based on, I believe, 5 matches, they've collected the highest points. And, it's not that bad because United, given the controversies and the different articles that have been condemning them sometimes, they're doing not too bad, in the last 5 matches. So, yeah, maybe, what's that? Eric Ten Hag is doing not too bad after all. So, yeah, social media can be quite a...
Let's delve deeper into this 12 points, let's over the last 5 matches.
Okay.
So,
oh dear.
I'm going to go on both perspectives, a good perspective as well as a bad perspective.
Okay.
Let's start.
So let's go with the good first.
Good first. Okay, let's go with the good first. The good obviously is they based on form, they seem to be the team that's
on paper
and on form. I mean, the results
and points. They
are the best performing team, right?
They are.
So that's obviously a good thing because of whatever's been happening over the course of this season and whatever is happening in the media. This is something to shut those critics up.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Now let's move on to the bad point.
Oh, there's only one good point now. Oh, okay.
What other good points do you want me to mention?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Eric Ten Hag is not that bad after all. I don't know.
Probably. I never know. But let's focus a bit also now. Let's move to the bad side of things.
Okay.
In the last 5 matches, they have played Fulham.
Okay.
They have played Sheffield United. They have played Luton. And I can't remember what was the last other team they played. And obviously they played Man City.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can't get maximum points from all these teams,
right,
bar City, then really you should be laughed at.
So you're saying that
it's expected.
It's expected, especially United.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's expected for them to get those points. So while people are obviously United fans want to yes, we are the best performing team and all, but hey, come on, it's Fulham.
Okay.
It's
Luton Town.
It's Luton.
Okay.
Right? You're expected to win. If you don't win, there's something's wrong with you. And yes, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm just saying that Liverpool. Bloody hell.
I was about to say that.
How the hell do you guys draw against Luton?
Okay.
So Liverpool are
okay.
Right?
So you're saying that because in the last 5 matches, Man United faced teams that are somewhat not so of a high level sort of performing club. Therefore, they rightfully should get that kind of points. Okay.
I'm surprised you don't get 3 points out of those games.
All right. So here we have the other camp, which is obviously the Liverpool camp, that's saying that, 12 points, you get your 12 points, but you got to, because the clubs are some kind of, if you think United's that great, you should beat them no matter what. And then we got the United camp that's saying it is still 12 points and therefore we're doing not too bad. Okay, so that is what it is. Now, speaking of not doing too bad, we also have another one that we have been saying over and over and over again.
Not just us.
Not just us actually. The whole world been slamming it. But today we want to sayang it a little bit. And sayang, of course, in a colloquial way of saying it is to sort of pacify the solution, sort of to politely caress it, if I may put it that way.
Wow, what a word to use.
I don't know. I'm just trying to find ways to politely say it. But yes, we are trying to say right now that the VAR did not get it wrong. In fact, it got it right.
Well, there are still people who are contesting the decisions that has been made over the weekend. But
I also love that.
Putting aside all this biasness towards VAR, I think we need to give them credit for actually getting some things right.
Right.
This
not
time
like
around. So I just want to put it out there. Darwin Núñez scored 2 goals over the weekend, and he was rightly disallowed for both goals.
Okay.
I know there are some people who said that the offside didn't really look offside. It's very contentious, but it is what it is.
Okay.
The rules state that if you are even one millimeter, one fingernail offside, you are offside.
Yep.
Unfortunately, these are the rules these days.
It is the rule.
He was correctly disallowed for offside.
Yeah.
I think both penalties in the Chelsea versus Man City game were correctly given. I know people are...
Yes.
I know the Haaland one. It's a little bit contentious.
It is a little bit contentious. That's why I want to say.
They were both pulling each other. But unfortunately, I think Cucurella held on to his jersey much longer.
Okay. Maybe that's the case.
It was 50-50. So you can't really fault that. So it wasn't a clear and obvious.
Okay.
I'm just stating based on the VAR rules, right? It's not clear and obvious. So they have to go with the on-field decision, which was a penalty. And I think that was rightly given.
Okay.
In the Brighton against Sheffield United game, I think Mohamed Dahoud was sent off, rightly so.
Rightfully so.
For a dangerous tackle, I think was correct.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think the Brighton players actually really contested it.
Oh, is it?
I think, I don't think they really. I don't think so.
Okay.
And the penalty shot for Villa against Fulham, I think was correct as well. Because it seemed like Timothy Castagna hit the ball hit his hand.
Yeah.
But when you look at the replay,
it's not the hand.
It's actually his face, the poor little boy.
Poor thing, huh?
The ball slammed onto his face.
Yeah. But it looked like as if it was a hand.
Yes.
From some angles.
Correct.
Okay.
So I think this is where we have to give credit where
to the
VAR is used. That is finally, for once, hopefully, it's not just this time, but hopefully more and more times.
More instances
where it's used correctly, like what's happening this week.
Yeah, we needed a VAR anyway for the Chelsea versus Man City because our referee was Anthony Taylor. So,
let's not go there.
I just wanted to say that's why the VAR.
So many things to say about that body, but let's not go there.
Okay. But yes, that was our 90 minutes off. And if you do have anything you want to share, always don't forget to comment, or you can always ping us. And don't forget, this brought to you by CCB TV. And next, our segment, it is What's What with Who's Who. We'll see you for that one. Goal. Only because I don't know what way to welcome back everyone, but welcome back to What's What with Who's Who. And so, it rightfully should start with goal, because there is one guy that cannot stop scoring. Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Hurricane Harry is what John wrote here. So I have to read it. Hurricane Harry, not Maguire, but Kane. I mean, he's just caning the entire Bundesliga right now. Yeah.
I don't think I'm wrong to say it's a Hurricane Harry. It's like a hurricane blowing through Bundesliga and hopefully, blowing away all the records. I mean, 17 goals in 11 games. Who does that?
Harry Kane.
Or
Haaland.
Hurricane.
Anyway. Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, anyway.
There's something that little H is in it.
I know, right? But I gotta say though, with all these records of scoring goals, it beckons the question
of,
will he win a trophy? That's the most important.
Do watch our episode from last week to answer that question.
That is very important because you score all these goals. You don't want to win Golden Boot. You want to win something, So hopefully he gets something. But I believe in him because Thomas Tuchel is there at the helm of Bayern Munich. So
I'm just going to let you just say all you want.
I just want to say, I know, right? I mean,
but Harry, let's come back to Harry. He's already surpassed last season's top scorer in the Bundesliga.
Exactly.
Last season, the top scorer award was shared between two players. I can't really recall the names. One was Nicholas something.
Right.
And they only scored a total of 16 goals last season. And that was the top scorer in the Bundesliga.
And he just like that.
And in November, he's already surpassed those with 17 goals in 11 games.
Wow.
That's 23 more games, 23 more games to go. And God knows how long. But now the question is not so much of whether he'll win a trophy, but from an individual perspective, do you think he will break Lewandowski's record of 41 goals?
I think he has what it takes. I mean, he is Harry Kane. He is the Hurricane
hat-trick Harry.
Hurricane hat-trick. Yeah.
He's the real Triple H.
So not bad. Wow, And I think he can. He can. But again, it comes back to, will he win something?
Nah.
Yeah. So if you think he's going to win something, let us know. John says no. I think he has a chance because I'm saying because Thomas Tuchel is at the helm of Bayern Munich. So there is that slight chance. Anyway, speaking of Harry Kane, we got another Englishman that's always inspiring people. And he seems to have inspired a lot of people. Inspired people like McTominay and whoever, all the other English people. But most recently, apparently, this one, former Liverpool, right? This one, Jonjo Shelvey.
Yes, what about him?
Scored from his own half also.
This is where I need to say, well done, Mr. Shelvey.
Yeah, well done, but you're also the fella. Okay, anyway. So,
but he wasn't good enough for Liverpool, unfortunately.
Okay, but
he did well in Newcastle. He definitely did well. He's rotting. He rotted at Forest, and then
now this
kudos
amazing
to him.
one.
I mean, I don't know. It seems to me that Beckham is really, we talk about Ronaldo being a real influencer, but Beckham is like the OG. He's the OG of influencers.
We just want to add though, OG international influencer. Yeah, because we know there are a lot of football greats, but I think Beckham was one of the first one that was internationally more recognized.
This is the real and correct description of world famous.
And because of that, you know what? The mentality that Beckham has instilled is now on several people now.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. That Jonjo Shelvey would have definitely watched the documentary.
I think every footballer watching.
And they all try, and they know they can't, but Jonjo Shelvey knows that he has that in his locker.
Yeah.
Right. And then he obviously, and I think the headline stated right. He channeled his inner Harry Kane.
Yeah, I know, right?
In fact, Harry Kane scored this twice. The first time Harry Kane scored from his own half was actually against Juventus back in Singapore in a friendly.
Oh, is it?
You didn't know? You don't?
No, I don't remember that.
You forgot that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's right that he said he channels his Harry Kane and David Beckham.
Oh, so there's also an inner Harry Kane now.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we gotta say, I think Beckham, your documentary is very important because we also want to give a little shout out as well to the Team Singapore. So hopefully, all of you watch the Beckham documentary, and one of you, maybe Shawa Anwar, can score, or Christopher Van Huysen, you can score from your own half as well. Okay, against South Korea.
So if you guys didn't know, Singapore is actually playing South Korea in a World Cup qualifying game.
Yeah.
And they are going to be playing shortly after this recording is done. So we just want to give our shout out to Team Singapore. Really, really just go out there, enjoy yourselves, and really just gain the experience. I'm saying this, not because I know we look down on you guys, but
no, we don't.
We have to be realistic.
Yeah.
South Korea is made up of superstars. All their big guns are actually playing in the game. So while we don't expect the win, but we do expect some heart.
Yeah, we do.
We do expect some kind of determination.
Yeah, we do.
Really play with all your hearts out there.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Enjoy the call, and don't forget to watch some of the Beckham documentary. Be inspired, okay, and score from the first half. Although it's a bit impossible, but never mind, just try. Okay, and you're playing good game also lah. Okay, play a good game. All right, so that's the end of our What's What with Who's Who. Again, a little quick one to the team Singapore. All the best, and hopefully when we watch your game, it will be at least a draw. Well, at least for me, I'm hoping lah. Okay, I'm not sure about other people. John's little smirk there means no lah, not a draw. Okay, so in any case,
just
all the best, all the best, all the best, all the best to all the Singaporeans. Yeah, okay. So yes, don't forget, subscribe to
see you guys next week.
CCB TV. See you. We're in Singapore, by the way, for those of you who don't know. So see you. Bye bye.